think he just slipped through the cracks. I mean, they're very good about weeding out people before they ever get to training, but I think that once in a while someone slips through.
My goals was either one of two things: meet a girl and have sex, or drink lots of alcohol.
And I'm not a psychologist or psychiatrist, but he's a sociopath. The guy just didn't care.
And he displayed a certain arrogance in the interview room, acting like I'm the smartest person here.
And I'm not trying to crush your feelings about your comrade over there, and I'm not trying to play you against him or him against you. I want you to know, I've been kind of avoiding telling you the full statement and everything because I can tell how much you care about him. But if any part of that is true...
It's not fucking true, man.
But if any part of that is true, if you were there, I need to know now.
I wasn't there, though. That's what I'm telling you. When I came across the parking lot...
You tell me she was already dead in the car when you got to the car.
She was bleeding out her mouth and foaming. She had to have been dead.
I mean, he's pretty good. He's definitely a con. He pulls the wool over people's eyes.
Brown, in his behaviors that were reported, has the earmarks of a psychopath, antisocial personality disorder.
What governs everything a psychopath does is trying to look better than everybody else. And so they are driven largely by status.
He's very cocky, arrogant, felt like he was best looking thing around, and he'd talk trash to women and shit like that, and he'd love to talk about that in the block with me when we was together in the block. He'd love to talk about how he degraded women and shit. And he'd be like, act like he was proud of it.
I think that Billy was a manipulator, and he knew how to manipulate women. I really do, and I was one of them.
They've got to be the strongest person, the smartest person, the best drinker in the group, the one that's had sex with the most women. Whatever it may be, they have to be at the top, and they're incapable of admitting any weakness. So even if you ask them about something that may make them seem weak, they'll find a way to turn it around into something positive and make themselves look better.
Extreme, always going to extreme. I worked up to where I could drink. I think it took me a 24-hour period. I drank like a case of beer and a fifth of 151. And that was, it was quite a goal. It took me a while to achieve that.
Psychopaths, of course, are also prone to alcohol and substance abuse because they're attracted to the thrill. It's stimulation seeking.
He was a disaster when he drank.
He was always trying to get into some type of, confrontation when we went out, whether it be that guy's looking at me or, just always something.
Interpersonally, they're manipulative. They'll try and get things out of people all the time, try and see what they can get away with. They tend to be good con artists.
I mean, he was alright, but he, try to take advantage of people, like if somebody was weak in there, try to stir things up and try to get his way and try to run the block like he owned the jail block, because he was a Navy SEAL.
The superficial nature of the psychopath is really about impression management. It's about wanting others to like you. And the most important characteristic of the psychopath is this what we refer to as an affective deficit. Other people talk about it as lacking conscience, not having any conscience.
Are you telling me that you weren't there when the girl died?
I swear on my life.
It's just, I'm going to be real honest with you, it's just hard for me to believe. And you can understand that. I told you we got a credibility problem here.
I know, because I lied from the beginning.
From the very beginning on this thing.
What was I supposed to do, dude? I'm not going to turn him in. Fuck, dude. I don't want anything worse to happen to him.
He always kept his innocence with me. He's never admitted to me that he ever had anything to do with it. I mean, he was always, it was Dustin. Billy's story would be this, and then it would be that, and his stories kind of conflicted each other sometimes, and that's what made me. I mean, I'm not an idiot. I might have been naive at the time, but I'm not an idiot.
Even though they may be able to sense what other people are feeling, they just don't care.
I'd hear one story, and I've even had the letters to go back to, because I had done that on previous occasions. I remember going, I'd read that in a letter, and then I would go drag out the letter from the week before, and they didn't jive.
He was drunk when he killed the girl, but he wasn't drunk when he lied about Turner. Stone sober, and he maintained that lie for many years.
If you got no conscience, it's easy to lie.